today I have been putting this off for a long time. I've just finished recording my Lolita review, and I am super excited because I'm going to be starting my Oscar Wilde 24-hour readathon. I'll read as much as I can from my Oscar Wilde anthology of his collected works. I think I do have his complete works. So yeah, I'm just gonna start by taking off my makeup, and I'm really excited for that because I haven't done a readathon ever since I did the Count of Monte Cristo one. I also finished reading the Enola Holmes, the first Enola Holmes book, and I am super interested in finishing the series because it's an awesome middle grade book. I liked Enola as a character. She was very fresh, and she was also like very fit into the era, which was it was refreshing to have her so historically accurate but at the same time a little rebellious. I haven't finished reading the Sherlock Holmes stories, so I'll probably like read those before I delve more into the series. Before 12 a.m. hits, planning on starting Murder on the Orient Express by Agatha Christie. I wanted to read something that was more YA, something more digestible to get me into the mood for reading, while at the same time not burning me out. But I feel like Agatha Christie has a very digestible kind of writing. I wish I could go to the balcony to read, but since I spent most of my afternoon recording, the sun is not out. It's really cold outside, and I really wouldn't want to do that. I've also been reading Charles Dickens' Great Expectations, but I've been reading the audiobook for that. Let me just wash my face to get like the chemicals off, and yeah, let's do it. So it's 11:10 p.m. and I've been reading Murder on the Orient Express for the entire time, basically, and I'm almost done with it. That aside, I think I'm gonna go to bed, and I'm gonna wake up like super early tomorrow and start reading super early and read all the way until like after 12. How's your day going? I'll just update you on what I read. Last month, I read The Picture of Dorian Gray. Today, I read Lord Arthur Saville's Crime, which I read from the moment I woke up to a little after sunrise, or while the sun was rising, more like. I also read The Sphinx Without a Secret while the sun was rising on my balcony, The Canterville Ghost, and I went out to the balcony again where it was really sunny, and I read The Model Millionaire and The Portrait of Mr. W.H. And I have very strong opinions because I really like the way that Oscar Wilde writes his prose. I think it's very distinctive to him, and I think it's very unique and very picturesque. The Portrait of Mr. W.H. versus The Picture of Dorian Gray, of course, they had like a lot of the more of a similar premise, and I really did have a lot of a problem while diving into that. I thought it was really fucking similar, and then I realized that it really didn't have anything to do with the artist, and it was more like a Shakespeare piece. I mostly didn't get because I'm still kind of avoiding Shakespeare for a little bit because I feel like I'm not ready for it yet, but as soon as I'm ready for it, I do want to start reading his plays and stuff instead of his sonnets. First, it sounded extremely similar, and the thing is extremely similar, like overall. It's just that The Portrait of Mr. W.H. is a lot shorter than The Picture of Dorian Gray, of course. It's 3 chapters long, it's not very long. And the fact that there is an idea that haunts the person who owns the portrait, who owns the picture, and it basically just drives the owner to kill themselves. And that is the basic idea that is similar in both of the works. Both of these pieces of writing, though, have their own charm to it. They have their own separate developments, and they develop separate ideas, but they do follow the same premise or the same essence, and I think it's very interesting. So since I finished this volume, I think I won't move on to the House of Pomegranates. And I'm gonna start with his first of the poetical works that we see here, which is called Poems, and it's on page 769. Halfway. I started Act 2. Once I finish Act 2, I will be halfway through. This is so good. Oh my god, it's really suspenseful. I have to research more on Russia, but I really like, in general, I like the play. I was also looking at a play that's uploaded to YouTube. Some theater kids who uploaded their play. Obviously, very obviously, Oscar Wilde was a very sensitive person, and he was perfect for writing. He was basically the artist, I think. He's right now he's becoming one of my favorite authors, especially because I'm reading most of his works back to back. And I just realized how great would Adam Driver be for an Oscar Wilde biographical movie or TV show. Wouldn't there? Like, he looks very similar to Oscar Wilde.
Wie ein Held zu ziehen, wie ein
finished Vera and it was really good. After this, I'll read the Duchess of Padua. Kind of, I have to go pick up my nephew because my brother asked my mother and I to take care of him. So I'll just play with him for a little bit, read while my mom helps me take care of him, and yeah, I'll read some poems while I take care of him because it's going to be a lot easier. Charlie! I'm not sure this is the best angle, but you know, we are working with what we got. So I am on Act 4, so I just need to finish Act 4 and Act 5 of the Duchess of Padua, and I love this so much. She's a very strong, independent woman for her time and for the context that this work was written in, and for the context that this work is supposed to be taking place in, the 1600s. I really like her. I don't know, I just like her character arc. It's pretty cool, pretty amazing. This is a 5-act play. It's still really beautifully written. Oscar Wilde has this signature though. He does repeat like certain elements or certain essences throughout his stories that just make it, you can see a lot of things repeated throughout his texts, throughout his different works that allude or contain parts of other things that he has done. And so you can tell, oh, like this is an Oscar Wilde work. A tragedy is not normally what I would go for. Well, more like a romantic tragedy. I don't know if I'd normally go for that. It's not really my cup of tea, but I like it. I mean...